Hi guys, welcome in and welcome back. I am Lisa and this is North Star Energy Healing. Today is Thursday, September 5th. And this is going to be a very different reading. It's took me completely by surprise what my guides were giving me this morning. And we'll see that shortly. Please remember that this is a general reading. You already know the title. I believe the title is going to be Listen to Your Heart Before You Tell Him Goodbye. And we will, so you already know. I don't know if that's what it will end up being, but that's what it feels like it's going to be. So I first want to start by just telling you about this book. I'm not going to do a video on it because my book videos get like 3 views. But I picked up this book, Astrology for Real Life by Theresa Reed, at the sale that I went to when I bought all my cards. And I am, halfway through it. This book is amazing. It helps you learn about all of the different things in your chart, the different houses, the different planets, the placements. It has little worksheets in it that you can do, that you can fill out. And I have had my birth chart for a long time, but there were a lot of things about it that I didn't understand. And recently I want to learn more about astrology so I can incorporate that into my readings. And it's a lot. There's a lot to learn, but I thought, well, I'll start with this book and inspecting and trying to understand my own chart. So if any of you are looking to understand your natal chart more, and you can get a free one online, I got my first one from a website called Astro-Seek. And then there's Cafe Astrology is another one, and there are others too. But I sort of got all the information I needed to do the workbook from those 3 sites by pulling up my natal chart and then getting the information. And then by incorporating it into the workbook, I was able to, wow, understand so much about me. One of the things that I have trouble with is if I find out that somebody lied to me, I just don't want anything to do with them anymore. That is a Sagittarius trait, but it also has to do with my planet placements. It's like a double whammy for me. Like if I know that somebody isn't being truthful, I just can't stand it. So this book has really opened my eyes about a lot of things and also given me different things that I need to watch out for because of planet placements. I'm just going to show you one more time. Astrology for Real Life. It's a workbook for beginners. A no BS guide for the astro curious by Theresa Reed. I don't know when this was published, but it seems pretty up to date. 2019. So yeah. Okay, enough about that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, the next thing I want to tell you is I am going to have a reading on Sunday with a medium who's visiting. Now, I always talk about like synchronicities and paying attention to what's going on and taking the signs. So in our carpentry business, our side business that we have, my husband did a job for somebody a couple of towns away. After that, he had told her that I was a tarot reader and I did quantum healing modalities. And she said, oh, I have a friend who's visiting from Colorado and, she does that stuff too. And so then she said, do you mind if I give your information to her or something like that? So then this person named Courtney called me she called me and said she was going to be in town September 6th through the 10th or something like that, 6th through the 12th. And she said she'd like to do a few readings while she was here, and did I know anybody interested? And I said, well, I definitely am. And then I had asked a few of my friends. People are busy. It was kind of last minute. But anyway, as it turns out, she also is what's called a book doula. So this is a new modality that she's doing. She's helped a few people write books. I've started a book 5 different times and I haven't been able to get it finished. And so, and I've been told by many, many psychics, mediums, readers that I need to write a book. And I've also been told this by friends. So anyhow, it just seemed like, wow, this seems really weird that I would just meet somebody randomly like this. Like I haven't met her yet. But anyway, she does what's called life readings. So she combines all of her talents and gifts, and this is a description of what she does. In life readings, we look at where you are, where you're headed, and what's in your way. We connect with your spirit guides, your ancestors, your galactic and celestial guidance, and anyone else on the other side who can help you understand your multi-dimensional nature. From issues like life's purpose, outdated, unhelpful patterns and programs your subconscious is running, to the day-to-day mundane stuff you're dealing with. We tap in for the message of comfort, clarity, hope, healing, and inspiration. So I'm really looking forward to this. She did say that while she's here, she would also and could do readings over Zoom. So if anyone on my channel that's listening to this message today is interested, and I'm sure she takes appointments even when she's back in Colorado, you can send me an email and I will ask her how to get in touch. She had a Facebook page for 15 years where she did these bookings, and recently she was put into Facebook jail, she said, by being too truthful. And we all know that Facebook sometimes will lock you if you say things that they don't want you to say. So if you'd like a life reading, her readings are 30 minutes are $50 and an hour is $100. Those are the only prices that she gave me. So yeah, so just email me at northstarenergy207@yahoo.com, and I can find out how you can get in touch with her, or how she wants to do that. I just wanted to tell you about that because I found it very synchronistic how that happened, how I met her. Okay, so now thank you for listening to that. Okay, so the weird thing that happened and how this reading is going to be about is I woke up to go to the bathroom in, I don't know what time it was, 1:30, 1:45 in the morning, and I kept hearing this song, Sister Goldenhair. This is a song by the group called America, and it was playing and playing, and then again when I woke up this morning it was playing in my head, obviously. And the lyrics to that are I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, meaning marriage, but I do agree there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Keep on thinking about you, Sister Goldenhair. Surprise, I can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I'm getting goosebumps everywhere. I've been one poor correspondent, and I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Will you love me just a little, just enough to show you care? I tried to fake it, I don't mind saying, I just can't make it. So this, to me, as I'm listening and reading, is about somebody who isn't ready for marriage, doesn't want to get married, but just wants you to meet them in the middle. Like, don't ask me to get married, that's not going to work for me type message. I don't ask me why this happened. We're going to find out when I get to the reading. So then this morning, after I get up and did my walk and all that, I sat down to meditate on what do you want me to read on, because I'm off today. I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. So it's a good time for me to do a reading and not feel rushed to get to work. All of a sudden, I hear, well, first of all, they showed me a vision of snowflakes. Well, this is September 5th. I don't know why They showed me snowflakes. Maybe it'll be revealed as we do this reading. But then they gave me the song The Waiting by Tom Petty. So this song, I love this song. I love Tom Petty. But so these lyrics are, oh baby, don't it feel like heaven right now? Didn't it feel like something from a dream? I've never known nothing quite like this. Don't it feel like tonight never be again? We know better than to try and pretend. No one could have ever told me about this. Yeah. The waiting is the hardest part. Every day you see one more card. You take it on faith. You take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part. I might have chased a couple women around. All it ever got me was down. Then there were those that made me feel good, but never as good as I feel right now. You're the only one that's ever known how to make me want to live like I want to live now. And then the chorus, the waiting is the hardest part. Every day you get one more yard. Take it on faith, take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part. Don't let it kill you, baby. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it kill you, baby. Don't let it get to you. I'll be your bleeding heart. I'll be your crying fool. Don't let this go too far. Don't let it get to you. The waiting is the hardest part. Every day you get one more yard. You take it on faith. You take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part. So again, this has that same theme. It feels like somebody is wanting more out of a relationship than can be given. That's just what it's feeling like to me. So this Tom Petty one is like, yeah, I've been with lots of different people, but I've never felt the way that I feel with you. So the waiting could be waiting for that marriage proposal or going to the altar. That's what they're giving me. That's what my guides are making me feel. Like a relationship can be wonderful and fantastic. A marriage is a piece of paper, a contract you get at a church. There are many reasons for getting married. It's been ingrained in us that marriage is the right way to go, that's what we're supposed to do. Supposed to do, in quotes. You can also have a common law marriage where if you've lived with someone for more than 7 years, it's a common law marriage without having that piece of paper. I don't know how you prove that, and I don't know which states allow it. But anyway, there's something here to do with someone wanting more out of a relationship than the other person can give or is capable of giving. The third song they gave me, and this was all while I was meditating after I used the Mother Mary spray and while I was asking my guides what to read on. Listen to Your Heart by Roxette. And the words to that are, so now we're going to hear you sing, right? I know there's something in the wake of your smile. I get a notion from the look in your eyes. You've built a love, but that love falls apart. Your little pieces of heaven turn to dark. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Goosebumps all over. Sometimes you wonder if this fight is worthwhile. The precious moments are all lost in the tide. They're swept away and nothing is what it seems. The feeling of belonging to your dreams. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. Don't know where you're going and don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. There are voices that want to be heard, so much to mention, but you can't find the words. The scent of magic, the beauty that's been, when love was wilder than the wind. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you in that same chorus. Twice. Listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Before you tell him goodbye. Baby, listen. Take a listen to it. Take a listen to it. Okay, so again, this seems like your heart may be telling you to be with this person, but for some reason your mind and your reasoning is telling you not to. I'm just giving you what the guides are giving me. I've never done anything like this. They have never brought in a reading in this way with songs and lyrics, but for whatever reason, there is something to do with somebody who needs to hear this about possibly a relationship that they're thinking about ending because they can't get out of it what they want. Uh, I this is what my guides are giving me. I'm just as surprised as you, but you all know, if you've watched me before, that I only do what my guides tell me to, what they show me, what they give me to read about. They're wanting me. I'm not surprised, because I was playing around with the Magical Times Oracle deck earlier. I was shuffling it, and this was before I did my meditation. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do? And I was just playing around with this deck, just shuffling it. And then they started in with those song lyrics. So, oh gosh, look, we've used up 16 minutes already. Well, hopefully, for those of you that have stayed, and again, it's a general reading, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Gentleness. Yeah. I just really am feeling so strong. Now, they're putting it on me to tell you something that somebody told me a long time ago, which is not everybody loves the same as you or me. So the way that I love is different than even the way that my husband loves. People can only give you what they have to give. Sometimes people are cold and aloof, and we may not be. And we don't understand that, because we want them to love us the way we love them. Not everybody loves in that way. Some people feel like they're giving love when they're just being a good provider. Some people feel like showing love is all sexual. Some people feel that showing love is giving gifts. There are so many different ways that people show love. All right, they don't want anything else from that. And a lot of times I really feel like relationships break up because we don't understand how the other person loves. So we feel unloved instead of loved, when they think that they are showing us love because that's how they know to show it. I hope this is making sense, because they're giving me the words to give you, because I never do love readings. Never. It's something I don't like to read on. But recently they made me read on politics, and I don't like doing that either. But, all right, gentleness. This is my St. Francis of Assisi card. This always reminds me of my grandmother. So they're saying to you, did your grandmother give you advice about love, or did you watch her? What was her marriage like? What was your grandmother's marriage like? Did it seem like a loving partnership? Did it seem like a friendship? Did it seem like a contract? Right? Strength is gentle. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. And again, they're just pointing out, but it's how that person loves. Oh my gosh. And now they're saying, in your chart, your birth chart, your natal chart, you can find clues about how you love. And also, if you have the natal chart of your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you can also find clues about how they love. Really interesting. They just told me to pick up this mini deck. I don't know why, but I usually don't start a reading with this. But you know what? This is all out there and different. So, the Magician and the King of Pentacles. I don't know why they want me to use this little deck. That's so strange to me. This whole thing is strange. Strange. But you know what? We're going to get this message out to those that need it. That's all there is to it. Okay. Anything else from this little deck? Okay. Wow. All right. So let's put these up in the order, that they came out. The Magician came out first, then the King, the Eight of Cups walking away, another King, the Star card, and the Victory card. Okay. All right, Spirit, what are we doing? Okay, so regarding this relationship slash breakup slash not feeling loved the way you want to feel loved, the Magician is the first card out. Okay, this is the card of manifesting anything you want. Okay, so what they're giving me is be careful what you wish for, because nobody wants to be smothered by their partner, right? Okay. So if your partner, if you know that your partner loves you and you have a good relationship and you're sitting there wishing that he was different. Now I'm going to say he, because all the songs seem to be about, well, actually Sister Golden Hair was about a female, yeah, female male. Okay, yeah. So this reading seems to be like it's for the feminine side of the relationship. So whoever is the feminine side of the relationship, okay, you may be thinking, oh, why doesn't he bring me flowers? But he's a great provider. He could spend all his money on candy, flowers, gifts, and whatnot instead of being a great provider. And then they're showing me the opposite side of that, where somebody brings you a lot of gifts and you like that and you're saying, gosh, I wish you'd just pay off this bill. We fell in love and partnered up with who we're with for different reasons, right? So if he were to stop giving you gifts, then you may feel like, oh, he doesn't love me, he's not giving me gifts anymore. They're just trying to point out the fact that everybody's doing the best they can with what they have, and also their planets and placements, and they're bringing the astrology into it. I love this, Spirit. So we have to be careful what we wish for. Okay, and then the next card out is the King of Pentacles. This is a king that has created much, much beauty, but he wants to set down his responsibilities. So this message is about somebody who has heavy expectations on their partner, and the partner is getting weighed down by the expectations. Sometimes we need to accept our partners, lovers, husbands, wives, the way they are, and understand that they are giving us everything they have to give depending on their personality and how they know to love. Wow, Spirit, this is complicated. The Eight of Cups, this is showing an emotional walking away. And what they're telling me right here is there are two meanings to this. For some of you, it could be time. If you can't accept the way that your partner is loving you, it may be time to walk away. But they're also, the other meaning they're giving me for this is emotionally, you need to get rid of those feelings of inadequacy towards your partner and accept your partner the way that they are. As long as you have a good relationship. Now, I'm not saying, somebody's with somebody that beats them up or does anything like that. I'm just talking about when sometimes in a relationship we feel unfulfilled, and it's because we have too many expectations on the partner, if that makes sense. Now, this emotional Eight of Cups card is right in between the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Two very different men. King of Pentacles is a super, super provider. The King of Wands is a super passionate, fiery, let's jump into bed every night when I get home from work type guy. So you may be with this material guy who's a great provider, and you wish that he was more passionate, and you have to decide what you're going to do, right? You may be with this let's jump into bed, I love you and I love your body guy, and you wish that you were with this provider guy who isn't so focused on sex. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm even saying half this stuff. That's what they're giving me. And the Magician, you can manifest what you want. The other thing that I talked about in a recent reading was picturing things the way that you want them and feeling into how you want them. This could help shift it. You're not going to be able to change anyone 180 degrees. It's just not going to happen, right? Hold on just a sec. But maybe if you shift it just a little bit, the thing we don't want to do is make our lover, our partner, our spouse, our companion feel bad or inadequate. Okay, so maybe take a look at their history. How were they brought up? How did they view love? What was their upbringing like? Were their parents married for forever? Are they still married? Um, was he a child in a marriage that somebody, stepped out and had affairs? Was he a child watching a very good dad provider, but not very much love between them? There's so much to take into consideration, right? All right, so the next card is the Star card. This is the card of Aquarius, intellectual, right? Smart, intelligent. But it's also the card of hopes, dreams, and wishes fulfilled, right? She is emptying her pitchers of star water right back in because she knows they'll be filled up again, right? And then we have the Six of Wands. This is victory. It's a small victory. And what they're giving me as the message for this is you can't, the same thing I just said. You can't change somebody 180 degrees. But if you can just get a little more of what you want, is this relationship worth salvaging? Oh my God. I'm so blown away by all of this. Okay, so remember the gentleness that came in the beginning. Strength is gentle, right? Remember the songs. Sister Golden Hair, listen to your heart. The waiting is the hardest part. If you're sitting around waiting for a marriage proposal, maybe you're not going to get it. Maybe you think, oh, he'll change his mind. Well, if that's going to happen, it's going to happen, but sitting there dwelling on it isn't getting you anything. Okay, where do you want me to go? Angel Wisdom. Okay. So this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. Who is it by? Radleigh Valentine. Angel Wisdom Tarot. This is a huge, thick deck. Sometimes it's hard for me to shuffle. I hope I haven't lost anybody with this reading. Well, hopefully the people who clicked on it were the people that wanted to hear a message about this, because jeepers creepers. Guides, spirits, guides, ancestors, you're going to have to help me through this one. And I have to admit, sometimes I can be like that. I love my husband very, very much, and we were definitely meant to be together. We're like yin and yang, finish each other's sentences. We have the same types of goals in life, but he's a very messy person who doesn't like to pick up after himself, and I want everything to be neat, clean, perfectly in order. So sometimes we clash about that. I used to be with somebody who was a terrific gift giver. He was always getting me things, or he would remember something that I liked from 6 months previous, but he was not a good partner. I think he's the only Pisces I've ever been with. He was very closed off. He was more like a Scorpio than a Pisces. Gift giving was the best thing about him. He became an alcoholic. It was something I didn't see for a long time. And anyway, so I couldn't stay with him because I didn't want to raise my son with an alcoholic. But anyway, he was a great gift giver, but that was the best part of what he gave to the relationship, really. It was more like a friendship, kind of. It was really weird. But after I turned 40, I had to take a long look at my life and where was I going? Where were we going? What was happening? And I broke that off. I did love him, but not in a way that I could see myself with him forever. So then I went through some years of heartache and heartbreak and, and so my husband now, Jeff, he brings me gifts like if he finds a beautiful leaf or a stone or something. And that is exactly what I like. That is exactly what I like. And he also waits till the last minute for my birthday or Christmas or whatever shopping he's doing. And it makes me really nervous. And so this is something that I've had to learn to deal with, because for 7 years I had that person who was the, perfect gift giver. But now I'm with what I consider my perfect partner, who kind of lacks a little bit in that. But, that is not the most important thing. So where I say be careful what you wish for, I wouldn't want Jeff to trade off all of the other things that he does in this relationship, and that he is in this relationship, just to be a good gift giver. No freaking way that I would trade that. I just thought I would tell you that story. All right, gosh, we're already 30 minutes in. I guess this is going to be long. Okay, Angel Wisdom Tarot. What do you have for our people who are either thinking about breaking off a relationship or feeling dissatisfied in their relationship? What is the message that you have for those that this is their reading? What is the message? Message for people that are, let's say, a little bit restless about their relationship. This doesn't have to be a marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, spouse, lover, even. Yeah, there have been times where you may have had an amazing lover, and you long for that type of thing, but what was the trade-off? Like, I had a couple of Scorpio relationships. Nothing else about the relationship was good. Just the passionate sexual side. And is that a long-term partner for me? No. Boy, I'm giving up a lot of personal information here. Okay. One card. Okay, Spirit. What else from this deck? Is there anything else from this deck? Okay. Sometimes all I have to do is ask. Okay, so I think this is the Page of Cups. These are new to me too. This is the Three of Wands. This is the Queen of Cups. All right, that's what we have so far to go along. Oh, okay. They said that's it from that deck. All right. Page of Cups. Sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody. Messages regarding relationships. New emotional experiences. A romantic encounter. Social invitations or events. Heightened psychic abilities. So here is a mermaid. And what I'm hearing is mermaids they don't exist in our timeline right now. There's also a dolphin in the background. There's an overflowing cup, okay? Emotions. So what I'm hearing, regardless of the message on the card, is you need to be more playful. You need to be more playful. You're oversensitive right now, so you need to be more open-hearted. You need to be, you need to be more playful. Whatever, that's not fully what it said on the card. I read it to you, but the message my guides are giving me is to be more playful. Don't look at your list or to-do or start in the weekend saying to your spouse, okay, we have to get this done. This is a message for me, I bet. Me, because I'm a list maker and a doer. Sometimes we need to slow down. Okay, Three of Fire, Three of Wands. Planning for the long term. Abundance from past choices. Pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. Wow. Okay, the waiting. So what I'm hearing, they're saying planning for the long term, be patient, and this was already what we had in the messages previous, right? Is, with that, the waiting is the hardest part. If you're focusing on when am I going to get a ring? When are we going to get married? We're engaged. How come we're not planning our wedding? You need to kind of step back from that a little. That's what they're giving me. Three of Wands is often a choice, right? We have the choice to stop. When you focus on something so hard and the absence of it, it's just keeping it absent, if that makes sense. You need to focus and picture what you want or how you want it to be and feel into it. But you can't be angry when you're doing it. Gosh, this is hard to explain. I've been in this position before where you just have to. I've had this with estranged friends or family members where I just kept picturing us together, laughing, smiling, having a meal, having a good time. And I just kept picturing that. But I didn't sit there and go, why isn't this happening? Okay, if that makes sense. Thank you, guides. And then the Queen of Cups. Loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights, caring for others but forgetting to take care of yourself. Aha. So this is where you're caring too much about what you're getting from the other person, and you need to really think about yourself and what you have and what you are. Worry about your own self-care, and stop trying to force your partner into doing something. This is so weird for me. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how this is going to be received by you. Trust your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, and follow your heart. Oh my God. Follow your heart and listen to your heart was another song. Okay, let me just feel into this and see if Spirit has other messages about it. She's sitting there looking out at the ocean like in a longing way, almost like wishing for something. This is what we're trying to say, that you can't focus on it in that way, okay? But you need to take care of yourself and things will fall into place. Now, I have also been in the predicament or the spot where I was focusing so much on trying to make a certain thing happen in the relationship that I did just forget all about myself. What makes me happy? I wasn't doing things that made me happy, reading or taking care of my herbs, or just, because I was so focused and worried about the relationship, it was taking up all of my time. All right? We can't, we can't let that happen either. Okay, let's see, Spirit, where do you want us to go? Where are we going? Where are we going with this? Oh my God. Okay, so, all right, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I've got to get these decks. They're kind of far away. All right, so the first one is the Rebecca Campbell Healing Waters. All right, they want me to get a card from this, and then a card from a brand new deck that I have never used. Again, I got it at that sale where I went and got a lot of decks, and I wasn't sure when I would ever have the need to use it because it's very different. But it's okay. Let's see what the Healing Waters has, and then I'll show you that other deck, and then we'll see if Spirit is ready to close. I hope that some of you are understanding this message and what your guides and Spirit is trying to get across to you is not having, not having expectations of the other person that they just can't give you, and not focusing so much on your expectations, such as an engagement or a wedding, that you're just forgetting about all the other good things that are in the relationship. We're just so programmed to think, okay, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you meet somebody, you date, you get engaged, you get married, you buy a house, you have kids. Well, it's not. That's just what was ingrained in us, mostly going back to churches, okay? We can just be in the now, be in the moment, and enjoy what we have right now. We don't have to be focused on And they're showing me chained to the future, like so focused on forging those links of the chain towards that marriage, home, and children and family thing that we're not even enjoying what we're doing right now. Okay, that was the one. She who flows. She who flows, ease, being open to change and going with the flow of life. Oh my God, that's exactly what I was just saying. Spirit, you never fail me. You never fail me. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. So I don't feel like I need to read from the book on that. It is perfectly obvious because of what the wording that they were just giving me to say about just enjoying the moment and, yeah, going with the flow of things, having a good time, ease, being open to change, maybe open to changing your mind, maybe open to just going with the flow of life. How's it flowing? And remember, I'm not saying to stay in an abusive relationship in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Postcards from Spirit by Colette Baron-Reid. This is a really, really, really different deck, okay? These are postcard, like if you were getting a postcard from a trip. All of them have a different picture on them. Sorry. They all have different pictures, different stamps, different, all kinds of different things. And I did look at this deck. It's really interesting. The postcards are kind of long, right? So what you're supposed to do, or how the directions are, is, you can focus on what is the next action for my highest good, or what do I need to know about this, or where is this path leading me? Then you shuffle them and you get a card, right? So then the card is supposed to help us with that situation. Well, obviously, the situation is a relationship. The situation is a relationship. So here we go, guys. I've never used this deck before. I have had it out. I have shuffled it. All of my decks have been in the sunlight and or moonlight. And Colette Baron-Reid. Now I have, 4 of her decks? 3, maybe. The Enchanted Map Oracle, the Wisdom of the Oracle, and these postcards. Postcards from Spirit. Thank you, guides, for all this beauty and love and caring and kindness and gentleness in this reading, as we are asking people to take a look at their relationship before you tell them goodbye, apparently. To listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Okay, let's see. How am I going to shuffle these? Okay, these are long. My hands are small. Oh, gosh. Okay. Hang on a second. There's 3 cards there, and we're not going to have time to read all 3. I'm going to ask Spirit to show me the one that they want. Okay, it's not this one. Okay, Spirit, which card do you want? Okay, the card with the butterfly. Okay, so here's what the front of the card looks like. Butterflies are a symbol of transformation, change, right? Transition. This is what each card looks like in the back. Okay? Dear you, there's a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Oh my gosh. Tying in with She Who Flows. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we're right there with you with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. So this is a message of going with the flow, right? Of not rushing in, of not trying to change something right now, but they're saying, Spirit is saying that you'll know when the time is right to bring out the magician. Wow. Okay, so let's recap. Okay, the songs, right? Sister Golden Hair was the one about meeting in the middle. If you love me just a little and meet me in the middle. Okay, that was that. The waiting is the hardest part. And this was the one about maybe I've wandered around, but I've never been happier than I am with you. And then listening to your heart. Listen to your heart, okay, when he's calling for you. Now, remember, I'm not telling anybody what to do, please. I don't want somebody to say, well, I stayed with him because of your reading. No, you have to use your own intuition. I'm just giving you what my guides are giving me. Then we had the card of gentleness. What were your grandparents, or especially your grandmother's relationship? What was that like? Take note of that. Then we had the Page of Cups, right? And this was being open-hearted and sensitive, right? Yeah. Open-hearted, not being too sensitive, and being more playful. I had to let him give it to me again because I've gone through so many cards since then. The Three of Wands. Planning for the long term, making a choice and its decision. This ties in with going with the flow, right? You don't want to sit there with your notebook out and be telling him, because I think this reading is for the feminine side of the relationship. Well, when are we going to do this? When are we need to call the florist and we need to get this done and we need to pick a date. No. Queen of Cups. She's longing for what's out there, but needing to appreciate what she has, and also paying attention to caring for yourself and what makes you happy. When you're happy in a relationship with what you're doing, it does enhance the relationship. If you're always doing things just for the other person and never for you, you become, they're showing me or saying, withered, wizened, not wise, but like if you picture an old apple shriveling up, right? You have to stay vibrant in the relationship as well. So you need to do things that make you happy. Remember, we had the Magician, manifesting, seeing things as you would like them and feeling into that. You had that Eight of Cups between those two kings, and this is where we were saying, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. Look at the good qualities of what you have. And then that Star card, Aquarius, intelligence, could be another type of man or masculine energy. But just knowing and having faith and hope that your pitchers will be filled up again. And then that Victory, that Six of Wands. Sixes, harmony. You are victorious. Going with the flow, right? Being easy, being open, and going with the flow. And then your postcard was also all about going with the flow, okay? All right, Spirit, is there anything else that you want me to, any other deck you want me to pull from? Just give me a moment. Any other deck that you want me to pull from? Anything else? Starry Beginnings, and then Animal Oracle, and this will be... Guys, those of you that are still watching, thank you so much for sticking it out. I hope this has helped you, anyone who watched this, just to, listen to your heart. Look at your relationship. See all the good in it. And if it's one that you can stick with, great. But remember, I am not telling anyone to stay in a relationship. You know, for some of you, maybe the listen to your heart part was, okay, this really isn't what I want. And I'm hearing for some of you, you have the choice between two. And you need to listen to your heart about which one you're going to stay with. Wowzers. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Some of you have the choice between two masculine energies, and if you listen to your heart, you're going to know which one. Just remember and think about the qualities. The main thing to think about is, can you see yourself with this person when you're 80? If you were sick, would this person bathe you? Would this person take you to the bathroom? I often tell young people, don't marry somebody that won't wipe your butt when you're not able to do it yourself. Sorry, but it's good advice. It's good advice. I was a home health aide for years, and I saw the types of relationships where either the husband or the wife cared for the other and would do anything and everything. And I've seen relationships where the spouse just wanted to be out of the house, and when I went as a home health aide, they would just take off and be gone for the amount of time that I was there to escape. Two different types. Okay, and I definitely want the type of the person who would be here with me. Okay, 34-7 reflection. Let love be your guide. Live a life from love and guided by love. Remember, we must look at everyone through our heart and with love. Be guided, be guided by love. That's what it's saying. Be guided by love. And you know what? If a relationship isn't right, it's okay to still love the person, but just know that you can't be in the relationship, okay? That's what happened to me with that other relationship I had with Mr. Gift Giver. I loved him, but I just knew I could not see myself with him at the time I was 40. I said, where do I want to be when I'm 60? Is this the relationship I want? Will I be happy with this person when I'm 60? And I had my answer. Dragonfly magic. Anything else from this deck? I hope this has helped. I really, really do. If anything, I hope that it's helped everybody watching, if they are in a good and decent relationship, to appreciate their partner more. Partner, spouse, whatever it is, lover. To be able to look with fresh eyes, to look with love, and say, wow, this is a good person. I do have a good life. I am lucky. Okay. Okay, so the first card out, Dragonfly Magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. That's what we were just saying, right? I am brilliant and I am blessed. I embrace my transformation. We had the butterfly on the back of that postcard. Elk, nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. And what they're giving me is, for some of you, the challenge may be to stay in the relationship, and for some of you, the challenge may be to walk away. Okay? Wow, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it, drop me an emoji, drop me a comment. Let me know if this resonated or helped in any way. This is why I do this. I want to bring you guys messages that help. Healing, messages of healing, messages of hope, red flags sometimes of what to watch out for. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.